Good morning traders and welcome back to It's Crypto's trading channel. In this video I'm going to be performing a multi-time frame analysis on ADAUSDT. So here on Cardano, how we can be potentially capitalizing on the next trading opportunity. Starting as always on the monthly time frame. The monthly, weekly and daily time frames are the best time frames for the directional aspect of the market, and the lower time frames are the best time frames to get a nice precise entry. So anyway, starting here on the monthly time frame, what we can see is currently everything is bearish. We have this massive impulse to the downside, which is broken below all of this level of support that we have all across this zone. So we have previous support, time resistance all across this zone, and we have a new lower low here on the monthly time frame. At the moment, everything is bearish. The market is filling in this wick to the downside as we would expect. So we filled in this wick, now we're filling in this wick, exactly as we would expect. If we drop down to the weekly time frame and see what we have from a weekly perspective, again, at the moment, everything is bearish here on the weekly time frame. The market has recently broke below this level of weekly support. So you have a clear level of support, which was holding up the price all across this zone. Again, once here, then the market made this bearish impulse to the downside, breaking below this level. Now, after a bearish impulse, we would expect a correction. However, we do still have this candle here, and we do expect the next candles to fill in this wick. We have not filled in this wick to the low of the wick yet, so I do still expect the market to fill in this wick before we see a corrective move to retest this previous support as new resistance. So the monthly time frame is bearish, the weekly time frame is bearish. If we now drop down to the daily time frame and zoom right in, what we can notice again is we have bearish structure. We're in a clear downtrend here. There's no point going into it. Very clear, obvious to see higher, lower highs and lower lows here. So as we are currently talking, what we have on the daily time frame, the market has made an impulse from this high to this low, which broken below all of this level of structure that we have across this zone. So you have previous support all across this zone with this one green candle, which is not related to this bearish move. So we have a level of previous support, turn resistance exactly at this zone. If we take our Fibonacci from the high to the low of the bearish impulse, you can see that 0.382 lines up perfectly with this level of structure that I've identified. And I expect a reaction from this confluence of supply that we have all across this zone, and this is where we're going to be looking for shorting opportunities. If we drop down to lower time frames, we can notice how we have a potential break of this micro downtrend. So here on the 4-hour time frame, this is the micro downtrend that the market is potentially breaking above. Now, this small move here on the micro time frames, this is where traders tend to do most of their analysis. Retail traders, they don't necessarily look at the monthly and weekly time frames for the directional aspect of the market, and this is how the market maker sets traps. They use lower time frame fake breakouts to manipulate traders into opening positions, and then there is their liquidity to hunt in the direction of the intended move. And that's exactly what I expect here. So on the 4-hour time frame, we have a breakout of this 4-hour descending trend line, and this move will induce buyers into the market. We have a double bottom formation here. There will be a lot of traders that are opening long positions on the retest of this double bottom and the retest of this trend line. Therefore, their liquidity will be below these lows and potentially even below these lows. So this shows us that there is a high probability that the market will make the move to the downside to hunt their liquidity. Now, how we're going to be looking for a potential entry, we are going to be waiting all inside of this identified area here with students on lower time frames. So specifically the 30-minute or 15-minute time frames for a potential entry to short. So remember, we are waiting for a move like this to induce buyers. So a retest of this zone to induce buyers, and then a push back up for the final induction. Then we can be looking for a nice shorting opportunity, all inside of this area with students. Remember, we will only take this trade if our entry rules are satisfied. So yeah, this is a nice potential shorting, intraday shorting opportunity that is lining up here on ADA USDT.